Superb. The video title should be Injeel, Allah's imaginary book, or Injeel, Allah's lost book. This is by Samuel Matt 0020, and I think you can guess what he is referring to, right? Because the video under which he commented here is focusing on Injeel, revealed by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala to Jesus. And then the comment indicate that he think that the first one is there has never been revelation to Jesus, hence imaginary, or lost is because, yeah, if you say it is, where is it now, right? So normally Christian would ask that question, and my previous video is also related to that. Now, so my response to this is, well, from my perspective, my default assumption would be the book or teaching from previous messenger would have been lost, or at least partially, when each new messenger is sent, as that would be a case for which a new messenger to be sent to begin with. Alright, so I'm not saying, to be clear, I'm not saying that that has to be the case, because Allah can actually send a messenger to support originally, how to say, a messenger that is already there, right? There's in the Quran, in, for example, Surah Yasin, I believe, right? There's like 3 messenger already simultaneously addressing a group of people, right? So that can happen. But I'm saying that my assumption, because my default assumption is I would think that the need for a messenger is because there's already the message from before already lost, at least partially, so reinforcement or tajdid need to happen. But of course there can be other reason for messenger to be sent as well, right? So that's why I'm saying this is an assumption. I'm not saying that that has to be the case, but I would assume when Moses was sent, when Abraham was sent, etc., it is because the message from previous have been distorted or partially lost or something, right? Because that is a scenario where a new prophet is needed, right? So that's the thing. So that's why I'm saying this, is because I do not find, for example, when they say lost book, right? So for example, the Zabur or Taurat, for example, if it's lost, that's in line with my initial assumption. My assumption can be wrong. For example, when Jesus was sent, the Taurat can still be available, right? But when they say that, oh, if the case is, oh, the Taurat has already been gone, I'm not surprised, and I don't see it as a problem. So that's why I'm saying this. For instance, if the teaching of Noah survived fully intact until now, there would be no need for Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad to be sent. Yeah. So if Noah's teaching, meaning whatever, if he have a book or whatever, if the teaching survive and that is still the Sharia, the jurisprudence that we should follow, then there would not be any need for the later messenger to be sent, right? So that's how I see it, why I don't see a teaching or book that is lost or partially lost or being distorted or whatever is a problematic scenario. Okay, and then because this is a different discussion here, and then going back to Samuel Matt, you have tried all excuse over the time to explain the mess in the Quran about Injil. Number 1, sometimes you said Injil is a different book than today's gospel. Number 2, Injil is gospel but changed. Number 3, Injil not corrupted because Allah tell Jews and Christians to follow it. Okay, I'm not sure whether, because I would respond after this, but I have never said this. This is, I'm talking about me personally, right? Because when they say you, I assume he meant me. Because some other Christian says, no, when I say you, it's general you, etc. So I don't know how to deal with that. But here, when they say you, because Samuel Matt, I don't think is like some other Christian that I'm not and I don't even understand what they're saying, right? So normally he is quite precise in his use of word. So but when he says that I myself try to excuse with these three, I don't think so. If you want to, because from what you, anyone who watched my video, right, and know what I'm saying about the Injil, you can say number one. But because I mentioned about this, right, I don't even care whether it's preserved or it has been corrupted, the four gospels, because why do I care about what those four guys wrote, right? And then have I ever say this, right? So that's my curiosity why he said this. If you are talking about general Muslim, then I can understand, because some Muslims says that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm just saying that go to them if you want to argue their point, right? Whatever you try, a problem exists and you know very well. This excuse is extremely classic. If the teaching, oh no, okay, this is what I said, right? So he said this excuse is extremely classic. I'm not sure what that's just explanation to say that there's no problem with teaching or book to be lost. That's my position, right? So I'm not sure whether that is an excuse. Excuse to what exactly? I guess anyone have little knowledge. No, not all prophets have the same revelation and same responsibility. Yeah, but that does not contradict what is said, right? Like Adam, first prophet, Noah is the one who survived the flood. Okay, that's not about teaching, right? That's specific circumstances that they have to face. Abraham given circumcision, what is this? I think circumcision, and father of nation. Prophet Job teaches the faith in God's goodness and should remain steadfast even during immense suffering. King Solomon given wisdom, while Moses given 10 commandments and revelation. Prophet Daniel and Joseph given ability to interpret dream. Isaiah to prophecy. Okay, he's listed that different prophets have given different things. I'm not sure what that means. Does he mean that all of these have to be preserved until the end? Because that's what I can think of to be logical to counter what I said. Otherwise, what is this? How is it related? I'm not sure. Giving Adam with all revelation, like teaching algebra. Without first teaching addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, power, square root. God actually given progressive revelation from Adam to Jesus. Jesus himself, God is ultimate revelation. Okay, that is totally different point, but anyway. So I'm not sure what this has to do with what I said. Does this enforce or support his notion that that the Injil have to survive until now? I'm trying to piece the points, but I cannot. So Islam has 124,000 prophets. So Allah lost his own revelation 123,999 times, as Muhammad got last intact revelation. When you say lost, are you saying it as a problem? That's the thing. Because I think because Christians have different way of thinking about God, right? When God do something and then something happen, some Christian, the way they see it, as if God did not anticipate it as such, or you know, for example, if a prophet was killed, it is as if God failed. So do you feel it as such, meaning that God never intended for any prophet to be killed, and God tried to protect the prophet, and suddenly when the prophet or messenger is killed, then God is seen in a negative light? So is that the case for Christian belief? Because I'm trying to understand what is being implied here. Okay, this is another point because he then comment to another one, something else, which I'll cover this in a separate video, inshallah. All right. And then, yeah, I'm not sure when you listed the 3 points. Were you saying that I have said all of those? What I mentioned, right? He mentioned 3, and I said, if so, when did I say number 2 and number 3? Because I have never said something like that. I'm not sure whether mistakenly I say something that other people understood it that way, but I have never, because it is not my position and not my view, so I cannot think when I might have said such a thing. My statement is always, Injil mentioned in the Quran explicitly refer to what was given to Jesus, and the 4 Gospels in the Bible do not even claim to be what was given to Jesus, as you yourself has stated in a different comment. Hence, I never have encountered any real justification for the 4 Gospels to be considered what was revealed and given to Jesus. Right? Okay, this one is my response to the other part, and then this the other guy. Okay, it's end there. So yeah, so that is for this one. Feel free to add on if I miss something, especially if you are Samuel Matt here, right? Maybe I could not understand what you tried to say, especially with this last comment here. So feel free, or anyone else, if you read through and you understand what he's trying to say, feel free to comment. Thank you for watching. See you next time.